Paul Scholes delivers verdict on Manchester United's 4-0 defeat at Crystal Palace and slams 2 players. As Eriksen reveals huge dressing room bust-up after loss, Manchester United suffered another low point after they were demolished 4-0 by Crystal Palace on Monday night at Selhurst Park. There is already big pressure on Erik ten Hag's shoulders amid doubts about his future at the club, but you feel this latest defeat was the worst of the lot. Paul Scholes was left seething by what he saw and how Manchester United were so easy to play against that it's untrue. Yes, the European chasers had several key players missing, but it still shouldn't account for the team producing such a shambolic display, especially from a defensive aspect. Crystal Palace scored 2 goals in either half, with the home team having 18 efforts on goal, 10 of which were on target. Given the injuries at center-back, the experienced Casemiro was deployed at the heart of the defense alongside another veteran, Johnny Evans. The midfield consisted of teenager Kobbie Mainoo and playmaker Christian Eriksen playing a much deeper role. But Scholes admitted that Casemiro was a tough watch and how he spent most of his time on his backside, with transfer target Michael Olise causing him many issues, as he told Premier League Productions. Another player he singled out was Eriksen and how he didn't have the physicality to compete in the middle of the park. But the treble winner under Sir Alex Ferguson didn't pull any punches because he added that certain players just shouldn't be at the club. Casemiro horror show against Crystal Palace, a very upsetting and sad performance, said Scholes. Even though there are a lot of players out who would probably start in the team, 5 or 6 probably of the main ones, but it felt like one team had been coached and set up how to play, and one team that was so easy to play against that it's untrue. There are still some good players in that Man United team and playing out on that pitch. You think of the likes of Casemiro. He's tough to have a go at. What a player he has been over the years. But that was tough to watch. He was on his backside most of the time. People like Christian Eriksen as well. That physicality in the middle of the pitch has gone. I reckon that could have happened 4 or 5 times where Casemiro sits down and somebody skips past him. The lad's not a center-half. It's tough to have a bit of a pop at him. He has done so much for the game. A fantastic footballer. It's difficult watching a few of these actually because I do feel they are towards the end. They shouldn't be at a club of this stature really. Manchester United need a summer clear out. It remains to be seen if Ten Hag will continue in his role beyond this season. The FA Cup final against Manchester City is going to be huge. One thing is for sure, if Man United get thumped and beaten heavily at Wembley, then Ten Hag will probably be packing his own bags. Either way, the majority of the squad at Manchester United needs to head for the exit door and continue their careers elsewhere. Far too many players have simply failed under several managers, and there comes a point where you no longer look towards the dugout. In other news, Christian Eriksen makes Man United dressing room claim after hammering. Christian Eriksen has said Manchester United's players will take the blame for losing 4-0 against Crystal Palace in embarrassing fashion in the Premier League on Monday. United were always bound to be challenged against Crystal Palace, who went into the clash 4 games unbeaten. But it took the host just 12 minutes to open the scoring. Casemiro dived in, Michael Olise was given far too much space in midfield, and drew first blood. Then, it got worse for United just before halftime when the informed Jean-Philippe Mateta skipped past Johnny Evans and lashed home a powerful effort beyond a helpless Andre Onana. Palace scored another 2 goals in the second half to secure an emphatic victory. United have now lost 13 games in the Premier League, and that represents a club record. The Reds sit 8th in the Premier League table with 54 points and could set a new record for the fewest points won in a season. A big disappointment. We just had an off day and we weren't in it, Eriksen told BBC Sport. It is what it is. We can't really change the injury things. We have to do what we can on the pitch to change it. Today it didn't matter who we played. Everyone could have done better. I don't know what the conclusion is for how it went. We weren't good enough. We tried to do what we could, but we were not good enough. We'll take the blame as players. United have just 4 games left this season. They have title-chasing Arsenal and Newcastle still to play at Old Trafford, and will play Brighton away on the final day of the campaign. The FA Cup final against Manchester City will come next on May 25th. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.